Hey, John Catalano here from Cerwin Vega. On today's workshop, we're going to be talking about the ease of install on Cerwin Vega's Powersports kits. Let's get into it. So with all our Powersports kits, the hardware is included. That's why they're vehicle specific. We give you the parts to make the installation go very easy. You're talking about uh, the right size screws that fit into the factory locations. You're talking about brackets that are already pre-bent to make the parts fit. The molds are made to fit the door panels or the roof panel or whatever the case may be. This makes everything go smoothly in the install bay. You're not running around trying to find these odd parts, some 10 mil this or that or something else. Everything's already there. It makes everything go nice and smoothly. And, if you're trying to find some part, you're probably doing something wrong. Like it's all with the kit. It's very, very simple and straightforward. As with the hardware I talked earlier, the kits are also, it's all factory mounting locations. So we 3D scanned these vehicles. We rotomolded these parts so they fit exactly in the spot they're supposed to. Actually, you could take these parts back out if you got another vehicle or you wanted to move it to another vehicle. It goes back to OEM. Everything just fits just it would if it was like from the OEM. Again, that makes it so the install itself is more efficient. It's nice and sturdy and structurally, the integrity of the structure is there because these vehicles are getting bounced around and everything. Everything needs to fit tight. And then in the end, it's going to sound great because it's in there the way it's supposed to be and nice and rigid. So you get the best quality sound as well. So also included in the kits are plug and play harnesses where available, meaning if it had a factory radio option, our kit will come with a harness so it plugs into that spot. Also, all of our pods come with the harnesses pre-run to length because we know where you're going to be putting these, so you can just run that lead, plug it in with these the nice Molex connectors because we want those connections to be strong, the integrity to be there because these vehicles are bounced around a lot, they're getting thrown about, and also water, dirt, mud, all these things. We want those connections to stay tight and clean. That prolongs the longevity of the kit and allows them to get the sound that they paid for. So it's just really strong, really strong. So one of the great features of our kits is they're rotomolded. And if you're not familiar with that process, it's different than an injection mold, where injection mold you're kind of limited on the style and the finish of the product. Rotomold is going to give you a much better fit and finish where we can match the OEM textures. It makes it a much stronger product. To give it a real world example, a Yeti cooler, that's a rotomolded part. Like they're really robust, strong. They have a nice finish to them, as opposed to maybe like a $20 igloo cooler that you could get, where it's just kind of plastic. They're different. They seem like they do the same thing, but they're totally different, right? So just to kind of give you an idea how that is. Uh, the end result is really good fit and finish for the vehicle, so it matches, and it's really strong and robust because of the application that we're using them in. And in the end, you're going to get the best sound out of it, and that's what we're really after. Our kits are already pre-wired for lighting, so the speakers or the different options have the lighting already integrated, but not everybody wants that. So the controller is optional. So if you decide you want the lighting, which some people want, some people don't, that's why it's an option. You just add our add-on controller, and then that activates all the RGB lighting, and you get all the control and all that. If you don't want that feature, no need. It makes it super easy. You just either add or don't add the controller. Adding a DSP for tuning. And people are like, this is a UTV. What do I need a DSP for? Well, a DSP in an application like a UTV is different than an application for like a car. We're not necessarily trying to create a perfect front sound stage like we would in a car, but we're trying to get the efficiency of the system as much as possible. These UTVs don't have a large electrical system, so we want to make sure that we're utilizing everything in the most efficient way possible. And using a DSP allows us to do that in many ways. We can cross over the speakers, so we're not trying to play frequencies that they're not going to be able to reproduce, which wastes power. We can account for differences in the distances between speakers, so we can make sure that that sound is reaching the rider at the same time, so we're not having cancellations. So if you have a front pod speaker and maybe some tower speakers, the tower speakers are right next to your head. The front pod speakers maybe be 3 feet away from you, or shorter, whatever it is. We can align that in time so that sound reaches the rider at the same time. So the bass from the tower speakers isn't being canceled out by the bass coming from the front pod speakers or the subwoofer if you have the subwoofer option. So all these things can be dialed in so it's perfect. So you're not, instead of turning the volume up to make up for deficiencies with the cancellations, we can leave the volume at the same spot but still get the increase in volume by making everything efficient. All right, guys, I want to thank you for taking the time to listen to me on this workshop. If you need more information on our Power Sports kits, please visit cerwinvega.com or any of the social media sites, and we'll catch you on the next one.